Hey y'all, welcome back to Aqua Goddess Tarot and Aries. We about to figure out what's going on with you, girl, for Mercury in retrograde coming up in this June and July. And so for you, you know, you are the first sign, you're the sign of action. So this period has probably been hitting you pretty hard. So it says full moon and Libra, don't let pride get in your way. So if you feel like you're being called to something, or you feel like you're looking at the world with like quarantine and social justice and things like that, and you feel like it's very easy to kind of just be like, what's the point, you know, or feel very just stuck in your feelings and not necessarily want to take an action. That card is just saying, like, look in and don't let your pride get in the way, because what's coming off to me for you, particularly, specifically, you Aries, is that you are pissed the fuck off. Like, you are so pissed off to the point where, like, you don't even really want to work with other people. Like, you don't even really, like, you're just so mad. So get your pride out the way and understand that in order to make the change that you want to make, you definitely have to be able to do that, to separate that, and understanding that nothing is set in stone. Like, you might kind of like look at someone or some situation or some scenario and think it's never going to change, but guess what? It will change, because nothing is ever set in stone. The only one consistent in life, honestly, the only one consistent in life is change. We know 100% that things are always going to be changing. So understand that things are not set in stone. Your next one is look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So the cards that we're getting for you, Aries, is pretty much fire signs. And so it's asking you to go internally. And this is hard for you to do internal work, because you are action, you are a go-getter. You like, tell me where to go and I will be there. No, I'm not gonna think about it. I don't care about what I've done in the past. Like, I'm gonna just be there. And this is saying you got to look at the bigger picture. So not letting your pride get in the way, and also looking at the big picture is basically saying, like, there's something happening, something bigger than what your insights are. And you already have, like, things that other signs don't have that you have. Is as soon as something goes wrong, you're the first person to take action. You're the first person to show up. You're the first person to do something. You're the first person to protest. You're the first person to have the conversation. You are that first person. But do not get jaded by the experience itself. Understand that there's so much other things that are going on as well. And that passion that drives you to care about what's going on in the world is also the same passion that should drive you to make sure that we are all moving forward, that we can actually be in a place of peace. This one is a win-win outcome is forecast. So basically it's in the forecast, a win-win outcome. So what you want and what you're looking for and what's going to happen in life, in the universe, it's going to be okay. Like, basically it's saying everything is going to be okay, and understanding that you're going to be a part of that change. You're going to be a part of that transition. You're going to be a part of all of that energy. And it says, you're very close to achieving your goal. So whatever it is that is driving you right now in your life, that is motivating you forward, especially during this Mercury in retrograde. All these cards upside down are indicating work that you just need to do on the internal, and Mercury in retrograde is the perfect time to do it. You're an action sign, and you're going to be very limited in your ability to take the actions that you want. I'm sorry, it's just reality. It's just how things are going to be, and be okay with that. Just surrender to that and understand that, like, you know, your goal, like what you want, is going to be in front of you, but it's going to be tough for you because you have to go internally, and you're like, yeah, no, I rather, you know, you want to feel it by the action of what you're doing. The Queen of Swords. So it has everything to do with just creating nurturing thoughts, because you're not sad. Like, things can make you sad, but really what you are is you're pissed off. You're pissed the fuck off. And so you just need to kind of go in and use that Queen of Swords to have nurturing thoughts. Like, try your best to have nurturing thoughts. And the nurturing thoughts is, wow, you know, it's so amazing that I'm going to help, or I'm going to try my hardest to get access to people who need access, or I'm going to try my hardest to help change some of the justice, laws that are happening and things like that. Like, that's what you need to lead with. Like, that's my intention. That's my sweet thought. And, you know, the Five of Wands, which is, there's going to be conflict. Like, the conflict it's like you're going to be working together with people, but there's also going to be conflict at the same time. So you might be working with somebody and they might trigger you, but you're like, fuck, like I can't stand this person. You're not getting it. I don't like the way that you're communicating. X, Y, and Z is happening. But on the internal, like it's a part of the process. Like, so competition is always good. It is, like, competition makes you better, and even conflict, you know, is good, and it can make you better. And you're one of the signs that's most equipped for conflict, because you will not back down. Conflict will allow you to rise to the occasion. And then, of course, the Knight of Wands, again, another sign of action. So we have our fire signs. We have a suite of action, or suit of actions, and, you know, the Knight of Wands, you're not afraid to charge forward. And so it's saying internally, you're charging forward to whatever it is that you feel like you should be doing right now. But this is definitely an internal, you have a drive and a passion within you that is sending you forward, that is allowing you to be a knight, in this case, in action. And that's what you feel internally. So if you can't do it externally, just rest assured and know that you're going to be doing that stuff internally, and it's going to be completely fine. And also, the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is all about being cunning. You know, swords is everything about mental, and you're very strategic. Like, where some can get caught up with, like, looking at, like, okay, half cup full, what is half cup empty, you know, not half cup full. You're like, look, I got these 5 swords and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, you are not so stuck in the mental aspect that you will take an opportunity for what it is. So just know that even being in conflict with others, or even feeling like you're in a conflicting situation, just know that you will take an opportunity. You're one of those people who are leading people in the front. Like, you're one of those people who are like, okay, we're going to do something. We're going to do something now. We're not going to put a lot of thinking into it. We're going to do something now, but also understanding the bigger picture too, because this is something you're good at internally. So just working on that on the inside as well. And justice will be served, because like I said, you're pissed off. You're like, I'm done. You know, I'm not trying to, like, you don't like what's going on, and justice will be served. Like, that's what you know, like, that's what you need to know. Like, to be sweeter in your thoughts and to kind of be driven by another type of movement, understand that justice will be served here. Also, we're about to go in and just look at your soul and just ask the soul, hey, what you working on right now? Change. That's what came up. Upside down change. So you got to work on internally. Like, you are the spark. Aries is a spark. It's the first sign. You know, it's the beginning of life. You are the change. And so you're going to be very, 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 very connected to the change. And you're going to be very, 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 very a part of the change itself. You are going to be a main person, a very important part of it. And you just have to do this internal work. And it might be tough, because you easily could, you know, just want to take an action, but you're going to feel very stifled in trying to take a physical action if you don't work on this internal stuff, and let them complement each other. August is really going to be a time for you where everything comes into, like, full momentum, and that's really where you could be your best. But understand, you are a part of the spark of change. You are a part of the people who critique, but critique for the greatest good. So own that and love that, and, you know, enjoy this Mercury in retrograde period. It's a very empowering period for you, Aries. And also, subscribe, give me a like, give me some love, all that stuff. And if you want to see some more readings, you want to see, you know, celebrity reading, pick a card, so you can check that out too. So until next time, see you at Aqua Goddess Tarot.